Hey there everyone, welcome back to Wellspring Healthcare. Today we're diving into one of the simplest yet most effective forms of exercise, walking. Walking isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a powerful tool for fitness and health, no matter your age or fitness level. So whether you're a seasoned athlete or someone just looking to get started, stick around because we're breaking down why walking should be a key part of your fitness routine. Alright, so let's start talking about why walking is so awesome. First of all, it's super accessible. No need for fancy equipment or a gym membership. You just need some comfy shoes and a bit of time. But here's the kicker. Walking isn't just low effort. It's actually one of the most effective ways to improve your health. Studies have shown that regular walking can lower your risk of heart disease, improve your mood, and even help you maintain a healthy weight. Plus, it's great for your mental health too. A walk in nature can reduce stress and boost your overall sense of well-being. Now, before we dive deeper into building your walking routine, there's an important step that we can't overlook: setting up a baseline. This is crucial because it helps you start at the right level for you and gives you a solid foundation to measure your progress. So here's what I recommend. Find some time to go out for a walk, but don't worry about your pace or distance just yet. Just walk at a comfortable, conversational pace, something you can easily maintain without feeling out of breath. This could be as short as 5 minutes or as long as 20 minutes, depending on what feels right for you. Now, during this walk, note where you're going to go, whether it's around your neighborhood, a local park, or even on a treadmill at the gym. The key here is to determine how far you walked in that set amount of time. You can do this in several ways. Hop in your car afterward and drive the route to measure the distance. Use a tool like Google Maps or simply check your fitness tracker or GPS on your phone. Now, this baseline walk is your starting point, and it's something that you'll come back to periodically. Well, why? Why would we do this? Because tracking your progress is incredibly motivating. Over time, you'll notice that what once took you 10 minutes might take you less, or you might cover more distance in that same amount of time. This is how we measure improvement. And improvement keeps you motivated and excited to continue growing your fitness routine. So set that baseline and let's get ready to see some progress. Now, it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. Heart rate zones. You've probably heard of these, but what do they really mean? When it comes to walking for fitness, we're particularly interested in something called Zone 2. This is the heart rate zone where you're working at about 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. It's the sweet spot for fat burning and endurance building. Basically, if you're walking at a pace where you can talk but not sing, you're probably in Zone 2. So why is Zone 2 so important? Well, spending time in this zone helps your body become more efficient at using fat for fuel. Over time, this can lead to better endurance, improved cardiovascular health, and yes, weight loss. So let's break that down with an example to make it super clear. The simplest way to calculate your Zone 2 heart rate is to start with the number 220, which represents a rough estimate of your maximum heart rate. From that, we're going to subtract your age. So let's say you're 40 years old. We'll start with 220 and subtract 40, which gives us 180. Now that's our theoretical maximum heart rate. Now to find your Zone 2 range, you'll take 180 and multiply it by 0.6 to get the lower end, and by 0.7 to get the higher end. So for a 40-year-old, Zone 2 would be a heart rate between 108 and 126 beats per minute. When you're out walking, you want to aim to keep your heart rate within this range. It's challenging enough to boost your fitness, but not so intense that you can't keep up the activity for a good amount of time. Now, remember, this is just an estimate. Everyone's body is different, and it's a great starting point. And as you get more in tune with how your body feels during exercise, you'll start to know what Zone 2 feels like for you personally. The key is to find that balance where you're working hard enough to see the benefits, but not so hard that you burn out quickly. Now that we've talked about heart rate zones and setting up your baseline, let's dive into building your walking routine. Now, here's the thing. This isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. The key to success is finding what works best for you. So if you're just starting out, it's perfectly okay to begin with something as short as 5 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Or maybe you're already comfortable walking 20 minutes at a time. That's great too. What's important isn't where you start, but that you're consistent and committed to building on this process over time. Consistency is what leads to progress, and progress is what keeps us motivated. To help you stay on track, I recommend using a 2-week interval to gradually add time or distance to your walks. But here's a little rule of thumb. Don't exceed more than a 10% increase in volume each time. So if you're walking for 20 minutes, for example, I'd suggest adding no more than 2 minutes per walk. So let's say you start with 20 minutes 3 times a week. For the first 2 weeks, stick with that. Then in weeks 3 and 4, we're going to bump that up to 22 minutes. In weeks 5 and 6, we're going to go to 25 minutes and so on. The idea is to build up gradually. So by the time you reach your goal of at least 150 minutes per week, it feels like a natural progression. Now, how did I get that goal of 150 minutes per week? The American Heart Association recommends getting at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activities each week. That might sound like a lot, but when you break it down, it's totally doable, especially if you've been gradually building up your walking routine. Moderate intensity exercise is anything that gets your heart rate up, makes you breathe a little harder, but still lets you carry on a conversation. That sound familiar? That zone 2 we were talking about? Walking fits perfectly into this category. By reaching that 150-minute mark, you're not just ticking off a box, you're giving your heart the exercise it needs to stay healthy and strong. Plus, regular walking can help you manage weight, reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even boost your mood. So whether you're breaking it up into 30-minute sessions 5 days a week or spreading it out more, what matters is that you're moving regularly and working toward that goal. And remember, every step counts. Literally. As you continue on your walking journey, keep these guidelines in mind and you'll be well on your way to a healthier, happier you. So there you have it. Walking isn't just a way to get around. It's a powerful exercise that can boost your health, improve your mood, and help you reach your weight goals. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe for more health and fitness tips. And if you've got any questions or want to share your own walking routine, drop a comment below. I look forward to reading them. Until next time, keep moving, stay healthy, and take care.